Welcome back,
Thomas
comrades.
Barnard has been found guilty of professional misconduct by a disciplinary committee.
A Windsor doctor with tens of thousands of patients. A Windsor doctor with tens of thousands of patients.
Yeah, this MD practiced all over the world, from China to USA, Northern Ontario, and elsewhere.
A Windsor doctor with tens of thousands of patients.
A standard family medical doctor typically oversees 2,000 to 2,500 individual patients. So why did this MD have over 30,000 patients, more than 10 times?
Deadly, then why do they use it?
It's
I went to
amazing,
Dr.
isn't it?
Barnard, and he was the one that brought me back.
He was doing botany for humans, like they would do for plants.
I went to Dr. Barnard, and he was the one that brought me back.
Instead of just giving out pills and surgeries and 10-minute office visits, he was doing more, way more. And that's what happens. Welcome back, comrades, to NutriRebel, where we try to make integrative ideas great again. You'll see more about this doctor in the coming clips. He was my doctor. I tried to get into him like 25 years ago, but impossible to get into him. And many people have health problems. They don't know what to do about their health. That's what it is.
Mainstream medicine can be really beneficial for a bone break or an artery that needs surgery.
Exactly.
But when it comes to anything of a chronic nature, is definitely where it falls short.
Yep.
Bite?
And this is what many people think alternative medicine
They'll
is.
buy
They think it's
poison, they'll
wishy-washy.
buy
They don't know the details. They think it's all one thing.
People have more and more desire for treatment. Trend is not merely practitioners view the body herbal medicine.
And this is what I also saw when I tried to... Over the years, he was my mother's family doctor. She was really sick, and it destroyed our family. It wasn't just her health problems. Everyone is sick. You can see everyone's sick in this world. We typically tend to see only people... We either see them as sick or not sick. There's in between, and most of us are in between. And this is what I saw. Windsor doctor charged with fraud. So I thought he was like just every other doctor pushing pills. That's what I thought. But I also thought that he was practicing alternative medicine, but I didn't know what he was
Thank
doing.
goodness I walked away from practicing medicine.
And this is one family doctor that practiced what Dr. Barnard practiced, integrative medicine, or called functional medicine, different names for it. And he quit. This guy quit as
I
well.
had fought to keep my license.
Yep.
I just let it lapse, walked away from it.
Yep.
The stress and anxiety of dealing with the medical establishment was
Yep.
sucking out my soul.
Yep.
I was not able to do and practice the way I think patients need to be taught, and interventions that are not following a narrative or an algorithm, because each person is
Yep.
an individual.
And that's not how that's not how modern medicine operates in a 10-minute office visit. You're following algorithms. Either you're sick or not sick. They give you a pill or a surgery, send you to a specialist. It's not integrative medicine.
And each treatment should be individualized.
And many people don't know what those terms mean, but I'll explain more.
That's the basis of functional medicine, which I started doing in 2008.
Modern medicine is based on quick 10-minute medical visits, similar to a car mechanic to replace non-living parts. You could call it drive-through medicine. While integrative or orthomolecular medicine needs more time and is similar to how a botanist would analyze the terrain of a plant. And there's different names for it, naturopathic medicine. But most practitioners, when they're operating under a government regulatory body, they're severely restricted. And there's a lot they can't do or say, and sometimes very simple things, they are regulated out of existence. Yep,
We
it's
go
very
through medical
scary.
school. The first 2 years, the first year we learn a lot about anatomy and physiology and biochemistry, and then starting in the second year we get to pharmacology.
So now he's explaining how modern medicine should be, but it's not.
And what happens is that the attitude in medical school is that the physiology and biochemistry, well, you have to know that. But the real medicine is pharmacology. And that is the orientation of physicians. And what we are doing in orthomolecular psychiatry and orthomolecular medicine is we're going back to physiology and biochemistry rather than pharmacology.
Yep.
What we are doing in orthomolecular psychiatry and orthomolecular medicine is we're going back to physiology and biochemistry.
Like a botanist would for a plant.
Rather than pharmacology.
We assume that the body has the ability to heal itself if given half a chance, and the way that happens is by supplying the body with what it needs and trying to remove things that are toxic to it.
Abram Hoffer was made head of the psychiatric research branch for the province of Saskatchewan in 1950.
And this is where orthomolecular medicine, integrative medicine, functional medicine, naturopathic medicine came from. They are similar to Chinese medicine and Eastern medicine, but this is like the modernized version of it.
Abram Hoffer was made head of the psychiatric research branch for the province of Saskatchewan in 1950.
Yeah, and the guy on the right is Premier Tommy Douglas. He was a politician who spearheaded it. This was supposed to be how conventional medicine was supposed to be in Canada. But basically the pharmaceutical companies and governments got in and said, we don't want this.
Dr. Thomas Barnard has been found guilty of professional misconduct by a disciplinary committee. Joining us with the tales of our top story tonight is Rich Garden.
Jim, a ruling has come down from the College of Physicians and Surgeons of Ontario, and it includes a number of restrictions for the former head of the Essex County Medical Society. The obvious question is, what will happen to the 25,000 people who call him their family doctor? It's another day at the doctor's office for Dr. Thomas Barnard.
He was updated on the latest research on many things. If you got to know him, great guy. He's nothing like the media claims him to be.
You are a friend.
I'm seeing the children of my original patients. And I really love all the people I've seen, and I really want to make sure everybody gets looked after well.
You can read those little snippets I put in there for your reading pleasure. I'm not going to read them all. It'll take too long.
A handful of his 25,000 longtime patients stopped by his wellness center today to stand by their doc.
I went to Dr. Barnard, and he was the one that brought me back. And he's why I'm here today. And I want people to know that.
He's a good man. He's a good man.
These testimonials weren't enough for the College of Physicians and Surgeons. Its discipline committee found Barnard committed an act of professional misconduct, failed to maintain the standard of practice, and engaged in an act or omission relevant to the practice of medicine. It all stems from his treatment of a former patient between 2000 and 2012, whose cause of death was listed by the coroner's office as multi-drug toxicity, which included controlled substances that had been prescribed to the patient by Dr. Barnard.
The truth is, I wore a lot of egg on my face for something that was somewhat out of my control.
Remember, you're only in there for 10 minutes with an MD in Canada, and they call that healthcare. No, that's not even sick care.
But the committee ruled Barnard demonstrated a lack of knowledge, skill, and
That's
judgment.
bullshit.
The college's investigation regarding his broader patient care raised concerns over his prescription of human growth hormone for weight loss management, disjointed and episodic care with poor record keeping.
See, the public, they would see this and they don't know the details, and they would think that he's incompetent. And no, if you talk to the guy, he's quick as a whip. Ultra smart. He's Ivy League educated physician.
And the use of excessive lab testing in the absence of clear documentation of medical need. It's for these reasons and others the college issued a 4-month suspension of his certificate effective March 17th. In the interim, Barnard can no longer prescribe narcotics, controlled or monitored drugs. He's also been stripped of the ability to practice family medicine and barred from providing OHIP-insured service. However, the doctor says he will still practice natural, cosmetic, and aesthetic medicine.
So I'm going to focus on the natural therapies I like, but I'm going to set up my practice where there'll be a bunch of other docs, colleagues, who will be able to take on patients so that people won't be bereft without a family doc.
Barnard hopes to have a new office on Walker Road by midsummer. He admits his patients will likely need to visit walk-in clinics to bridge the gap until a new family doctor can take them on. Now, I should also note Barnard agreed to retire to avoid a charge of incompetence and an additional $70,000 hearing. The Essex County Medical Society would not comment, Jim, on that ruling. Thanks very much.
Therefore, here's a summary. There are a few names to integrative medicine. Number 2, integrative medicine, functional medicine, naturopathic medicine are rooted in orthomolecular medicine, which is essentially training of how a botanist would analyze a plant using cell nutrition analysis as the main method. Number 3, conventional medicine or modern medicine is 10-minute office visit drive-through medicine, primarily when you become sick, but not much prevention attention is paid. Many practitioners, number 4, many practitioners, even in integrative or functional or naturopathic medicine, are extremely limited to what they can do, say, with patients, mainly because the regulatory body regulations that are excessive, mainly because the government's limits their ability with absurd regulations. And let's not forget, insurance companies want you to keep going back as well. They keep making money off you. If they solved your problem in a few visits, would they be making tons of money off you? No. Anyway, that's what I'm doing, is trying to help people. I actually try to train you to take care of your own health instead of you keep coming back to me. I would love that. I would love to make money, but we all have to live somehow. But take that free symptom measure tool that's based on how a botanist would analyze the body and lifestyle of a plant. It's all biochemistry, all the nutrition in your body, all the foundational elements. As always, like and subscribe my channel if you like what I'm doing here.